Why do my inshore fishing knots keep breaking? Imagine casting your line with confidence, only to have your knot snap just as a fish bites. It's frustrating, and it can happen more often than you think. Many anglers face this issue, especially when fishing close to structures like rocks, mangroves, or oyster beds. So, why do your inshore fishing knots keep breaking? Let's break it down. First, improper knot tying is a common cause. Knots like the Palomar or FG knot need to be tied with care and precision. If you don't follow the steps exactly, the knot can slip or weaken. For example, with the FG knot, you must wrap the braid tightly around the leader and pull with steady tension before trimming the tag ends. Skipping these steps or tying loosely can cause failure when a fish pulls hard. Next, managing the tag ends is important. Leaving long tag ends can cause snags on weeds or debris, which puts extra stress on the knot. Always trim tag ends close to the knot and position them properly to avoid catching on underwater obstacles. Another factor is the size of the loops you make. When tying loop knots, making the loop too big can weaken the knot and cause it to slip under pressure. Keep the loop just large enough for the lure to move freely but not so big that it reduces strength. Line damage is also a big culprit. Lines that rub against rocks, oyster shells, or fish teeth can fray or weaken over time. If the line near the knot is worn or frayed, it's more likely to break when under stress. Regularly inspect your line and replace sections that show signs of damage. Knot maintenance is often overlooked. After catching a fish or snagging on cover, retighten or retie your knots. This prevents unseen weaknesses from causing breakage later. Compatibility between your line and knot also matters. Some knots work better with certain line types. For example, the FG knot is excellent for connecting braid to fluorocarbon or monofilament, but it must be tied correctly. Using a knot not suited for your line type can weaken the connection. In inshore fishing, you're often fishing near structures where fish are strong and line abrasion is common. Properly tied knots, trimmed tag ends, and regular line checks are your best defense. Using proven knots like the Palomar or FG knot with careful technique makes a big difference. Remember, taking your time to tie knots correctly and inspecting your line often can save you from losing fish and frustration.